It's Decard. Oh, he's so cute. Look at these guys' little shakes there in the corner. He looks great on the basic mount. This dance. Then that giggle, which was not in the video. Oh, and the flourish at the end. This guy is adorable. All right, we got it. Okay, a nice little, Kill Bill, right? Popping his back. He's just cute.
I have a quest for you.
He's adorable. Oh, we got a hungry Diablo there, too. Looking at his basic attack damage, he's basically on point with Kael'thas, so I don't think it'll be worth getting in 1.5 melee range. Oh, no. Wait, hang on. All right. We're down here. Yeah, 1.5 melee range, which means you do have a little bit of room here. You may be able to smack someone with this staff over a Leorican tomb wall, but not quite the effort that you'd want to put in, maybe like on Stukov to get in those big melee attacks. He's really cute. I love what they've done with him. I'm really curious to see if Healing Potion can beat, wait, it's squares, we got triangles. All right, let's just start going through, but let's do it in safety down here since Diablo's manning the top. First up, Fortitude of the Faithful. When at least one allied hero is nearby, Decard gains 10 armor and his basic abilities recharge 50% faster. Does this thing count as an ally? No, let's go ahead and let's see if we can get an allied Nephilim. Do some Nazebo. Let's see if there's any visual for this thing. So here's our Nazebo walking. Oh, okay. Oh, it's kind of like a come back here. It's kind of like a Brightwing thing. Yeah. So all I'm getting is 50% reduced? 50% recharge rate. That's pretty darn good. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm in on it. Cool, there is currently a bug in this version of the game where the target dummies aren't supplying some allied effects, and for Diablo here, target dummies are not supplying Apocalypse. So we may actually get a visual for this later on. But we had a nice little test there with Nazebo, saw the range on it. It's pretty short, but damn, 50% recharge faster. I can't say I'm particularly interested in the 10 armor. Yeah, you got the health pool right on spot with Ana and some of our other supports, which of course is quite a bit more health than you've got on your AA assassins like Vala. So it's a pretty decent health pool. I'm guessing this is my Q notifier. Healing potions, 20 mana, that shouldn't matter. We are mana based. Cooldown 3 seconds, throw a healing potion on the ground that heals the first allied hero it comes in contact with for health numbers, which we won't really understand until we get in an actual game. Limit of 5 potions. All right. Cool. First question answered. Will my totally sweet aim help my allies and help me to deliver the exact heals I want to the people I want to give them to? Let's go ahead and just grab. Oh, you gotta. Okay. Let's see with a kind of moving around character. So I assume we would leave them in direct paths. That's the interesting thing about this, right? If we leave them in obvious spots, they're more likely to get picked up by the wrong person. If anything, for day one here, I'd say let's focus on delivering the most effective targeted heals we can, and anything we miss can just be like an Uther Holy Radiance that we just straight up whiff, and now there's a bonus on the ground for the eventual person who picks it up. Kind of like an Alex Strauss, I guess you could encourage someone to pursue. Ariel's doing really well here. I guess she's getting healed by me as well, but we're kind of doing pretty good. There we go. Nice. So we're all gonna ruin that. That's pretty obvious. We're all gonna ruin healing potions for each other. Is it up to the Decard to make it better? Or is it up to your allies to make it okay too? I do a little bit of dancing when I win an Ana heal. Stand still for my ally, let them know that I am receptive of their needs. Let's go ahead and hit maximum just to see if we get any sort of indicator, because we're going to be on 3-lane maps. There's going to be a lot of busyness. There's... Oh, it's a little mana. Yeah, a little potion indicator. Huh. It looks like minions. I wonder if that shows differently to allies. So build a little track here. But I'm not really being notified.
Shall we uncover?
Oh, I am maximum health, so I'm not going to pick these up. That's good. That's good. That'd be an eventual quality of life anyway before it happened. Horadric Cube. 40 mana. Cooldown 14 seconds. Alright, so we're in that CC heavy sort of zone. Throw a Horadric Cube. You know this thing was awesome, and probably some heroic, probably combining two enemy or allied alts into something, or letting you steal abilities and cast them for yourself like some sort of lore master. But my goodness, does that get messy, and would just complicate every eventual hero design. So they went with a slowing area effect that deals minor damage.
My journey continues.
Oh, it explodes. Just like the Horadric Cube. Oh, the box? Yeah, oh, okay. I was wondering if it was going to be radial like this, or kind of like Phoenix's movement, if we were just going to be kind of set on a box no matter where we went, which would make things pretty easy. In this case... Wow. What would be the way to maximize surface area? I guess no matter what, it's an even cube. So being diagonal isn't going to help. But it'll be interesting to see how we optimize this thing in. Yeah, right there on... Okay, so let's do that. Walking by these guys. We maintain connection on all of them. Cool. Alright, so that's some flavor that ultimately doesn't affect too much. It might as well be a circle with edges on it. Scroll of Sealing, or special triangle, 16 seconds. So again, in a serious CC kind of cast range. Unfurl an ancient scroll, forming a triangle like they do, dealing damage. That's not horrible damage to enemies inside, but once every 16 seconds, yeah, you're not farming a lane. Enemies. All enemies. Okay. Deal damage and root them for 1.5. That's a decent root duration. Very pretty little thing. Let's see some lane clear on this base kit. If we're going to be safe, you know. We're solo laning here on Decard Cain against, I'm just curious where he went. So we slow him down, and while he's slowed, what's the duration? 1.75. Okay, 1.5, so I have a little bit of wiggle room, actually. Let's get a feel for these cooldowns. Right now, we're just able to blow through them with that off. I don't think we really have that much lane clear. The neat thing is, though, I can really kind of set up my own... The delay explosion isn't really noted here. Oh, neither of these delays are noted. So that's pretty instant. And it looks like that'll line up with time. Oh, it does say all enemies.
Is intolerable.
He's so cute. Interesting. So you'll do okay holding your own in lane, and it's gonna happen from time to time, but you don't get your darn trait, right? So pretty awful choice for you to be putting yourself in that situation in the first place. And a tiny bit of lane clear isn't actually gonna take out anything heading to the wall. But the route is very interesting, particularly when you have those big ball ups, those giants marching down your lane with all that lane support of minions. Being able to lock that down out here before it locks onto your walls does give that time for your allies to show up and kind of reposition them out. So it's a very interesting idea. A good combo, of course, to get people into your own route. Slowing them 35% is a solid slow. I do feel like we are giving out 35%'s like candy now. We used to be like, oh, 20%, okay, well, we'll see what we can do with 20, and now everything kind of starts at 35. But I guess that means we knock out some lame talents, so upgrade your slow from 20% to 35%. By making it 35 already, maybe we're just skipping the eventual problems we'll have. Let's dive in, though. A quest. Scroll of Identify. Hitting enemy heroes with Scroll of Sealing reveals them for 8 seconds. After hitting 20 heroes, Scroll of Sealing also reduces armor by 15 for 4 seconds, and the reveal duration is doubled. Neat. So I'm already thinking of this like Lunara. We don't use reveal abilities that much in our Hero League games just because there's so few stealthies that make it in. These are more for things like Tracer, Genji, that zip away or jump over a wall, so we still have some sort of connection, and we continue that dialogue, that sight for our team. So this would be a decent, I mean, a root alone on Hanzo would be pretty catastrophic. But if he does leap away, you have 8 seconds. Duration, so 16 seconds of watching them? That's pretty hot. Now let's see if we can actually land it on day 1 here. Let's complete the quest. The only thing we're getting for it, okay, is that armor and the duration doubled. So let's go ahead and square up the old Square Diablo. Now he's got that eye over him, so if he did leave, and we see his sight, that's a long time. That's a really long reveal. And that'll actually cover you over to your next Scroll of Sealing. Interesting. Yeah, actually kind of looked like it went over there, but what's happening is you got this cooldown already going, and about 3 seconds into it, you finally finish it up. Interesting. Interesting stuff. Like a... Field Study. Each enemy hero hit by Scroll of Sealing, okay, hit by Triangle, grants 15 spell power, up to 30. Oh. Huh. Scroll of Sealing. 14 seconds. So that would cover my next Scroll of Sealing. It would certainly cover my next Herodric Cube. So I engage with the Herodric Cube. I land that. Okay, I've got 30% lasting. Spells are cooling down. I have had no interaction with my spell bonus damage yet. Field Study's still going. I got a box. Was that in time? Did we crit? Let's break it and see if we can replicate this. So this is my bonus. So we got 211. Like we're getting a crit notifier, I guess, because this is just a spell power bonus. So we're still Field Study, 112. 112, that was cast before it flew, and 87. Why would you enhance his spell power? Are we planning to kick butt? I mean, this damage, 162, isn't awful, but it does last long enough for us to get to our next Herodric Cube and our next Scroll of Sealing when we squeeze it on because of the cast duration. But that's weird. We'd have to combine it with cooldown reduction talents later on to really get some good oomph out of this guy. What a strange talent. Sapphire. Oh yeah, we get to piano build Decard. Only 1 gem active at a time though, so I guess it's not really a piano as much as a mode change. Activate to increase the slow of Herodric Cube by 25%. Oh. Taking us down. Oh, wow. That's a big slow. But it'd be my next cast, right? So, movement speed, 65% there. I have enhanced my cube. That's cute. I put a gem in my cube, and now it became enhanced. Down to 40%. Cooldown 30 seconds on that. So I throw a gem in. That would certainly help with the sealing a bit. 1.75. It's a good way to mess with your enemy's mind, since changing up your slow would mess with how far they can get out of things, particularly if you're wombo comboing ults on top of it. People would think they're going to walk out fine, when maybe they just should have gone toe-to-toe to the last moment and seen what they could get done. So it's a cool idea. It's an interesting power spike, as we talk about here often. Let's proceed. I want to keep seeing these numbers as they are. So, I mean, my Lunara brain goes, nothing wrong with seeing people when you don't know what to do at level 1. Potion of shielding. Allies healed, get a shield for 6 seconds. 6 seconds. That ain't bad. That's like our old Brightwing shield. I guess I can't. Oh. Yeah, I'm not missing health, so I can't pick it up.
The darkness is
Let's go smack
coming.
this guy. But then I get its shield? Yeah. So there's no way to stack these shields if I'm under health. 158. So let's line up a bunch of potions then, or at least get about 3 out there.
Go to your grave.
If I lower my health a lot, picking up multiple potions, will it stack me up with multiple shields? No, it does not. We can see that little bar there for the shielding signifying that. So fully healed. So pretty good against something like Living Bomb, I guess. 6 seconds would get you healed up by the initial contact dot, and then give you a shield for the eventual explosion. Weird. Rejuvenation Potion. Healing potions also restore 10 mana and heal for an additional 126 over 4 seconds. Well, it's hard to not want it just because it's Rejuvenation Potion. I know how many of those I made in a Herodric Cube in D2, so I could have them for Duriel and the bosses and whatnot.
There is something disquieting.
Does it actually turn them purple? Oh, it doesn't. But you know, we don't need the visual clutter making that confusing. If I'm missing mana, okay, interesting. I was thinking that maybe if I was missing mana, I could start ruining my own healing potions. I need to get rid of some of this mana, actually. Boy, you seem pretty mana efficient, though. Always nice having a bit of a dot. Maybe that's just World of Warcraft me, but I get really excited adding a dot to any of my direct heals. Ruby. Next Herodric Cube spawns 3 lesser health potions. From each enemy hero hit. Healing allied heroes. Oh, lesser health potions. Last for okay, so that's the words I was looking for there.
What secrets shall we uncover?
So we're not messing with
I read about that one once.
our own cooldowns. And we're not making more healing potions, ruining the ones we already put out. Which spell? Oh, right. All gems are the Herodric Cube. So Oh, that's nice. It says I can only have one at a time, and I can't ruin myself by activating both for the same one. It's not like, oh, yep, you activated that other one. Here's a 30-second cooldown for you. Stuff like Falstad Fly can feel really punishing right now. So it hits. And, oh, yeah, little potions pop out. And it says per hero. They all kind of fly all over the place. What a way to make an interesting pile-on fight for your team. Again, thinking about that Alex, you're leaving an effect, Alex Strazo, leaving that effect on the ground that could inspire your allies to get aggressive with you. Gonna bring out the Lost Vikings here, just because they're multiple targets, and they're pretty dumb, so they're pretty easy to wail on. Let's see if we can. Yeah. Oh, that's way easier than having it attached to Scroll of Sealing. This thing's pretty fast. Now, these guys are sparkling, growing in brightness, and then they disappear.
No prophecy spoke of this.
So that's good. So we got a little bit of a notice that those things are going to be going away. I like that idea. I like this idea. I like these gems so far. I'd do a gem build so far. Let's continue. Sapphire, Ruby,
That
Emerald,
will do.
Cube Mastery. Each enemy hero hit by Crouch or Cube reduces the cooldown of Scroll of Sealing by 3 seconds. Okay, that would make our level 1 town a lot easier. It's not that long from level 1 to level 7, but we've already had at least one objective in the way, so that does make things a little odd to really take advantage of any sort of early power you would have in that thing. Each enemy hero hit, though. Huh. Well, we got the Lost Vikings already out here. Can even attach my bonus heroes hit. Gosh, we like to punish multiple heroes hit in this game. Oh, I guess I need a Scroll of Sealing on cooldown, don't I? By 3 seconds, yeah. Interesting. But you're so mana efficient with these costs that I guess you might be spamming pretty regularly. There we go. That is a hefty advancement in that cooldown. You're still waiting around a long time.
You bring great evil upon us.
And another one good to go. Then I have to wait all the way on Horadric Cube, so I do have a sort of clunk there, even with this talent. Maybe we can make up for that later. Kanai's Cube. Horadric Cube reduces hero damage dealt by 30 seconds, or 30% for 4 seconds. Those are so hard to read, but it is flat hero damage, which means it's a pretty good support talent. When you mess with an enemy's spell damage, particularly someone like Genji or Li Ming, where they might invest with the chance to kill, end up not getting the kill, and then be horribly out of position. Those are very powerful, and reducing all hero damage dealt by 30% really increases his draft value in any comp. Hard to know what that'll feel like here. Again, you have that kind of Ana-sized health pool, so you're decently resilient and well above a lot of other assassins. Emerald. Activate to make the next Horadric Cube reduce healing received by 75 for 4 seconds. 75. Wow. So these all have... Wow. Yeah, they all have their own cooldown. So we're really not ruining too much by taking them all. Let's actually sit through this for a moment. 18 there. So I got another one. I'm going to make some health potions for everybody. Targeted the wrong thing, but all the same. Experiment continues. And then 10, 9. So wait, are we in a situation where you would never want to take really more than 2 gems? Unless you're being, you know, a completely just beautiful, creative person. So creative out there, you just love all the different enhancements and know exactly when to use them. But the way this cooldown is lining up, you really shouldn't go over 2 gems. Not like all these will be useful all the time anyway. I am now convinced that Horadric Cube is going to hit a lot of things. That is really fast. There's no reason why investing in a gem would be a poor investment, because we're likely going to hit this explosion versus a human player. In fact, in the first week, depending on what his actual stats are like in the battle, we could easily see a lot of powerful Decard moves during that time. Interesting.
Yes.
Stay a while and listen. The first heroic. 70-second cooldown. After 1 second, channel for 3 seconds, putting enemy heroes in front of Decard to sleep. While channeling, and for 2 seconds after, enemies are asleep. Enemies can only be put to sleep once per cast, and the sleep's effects end instantly if they take damage. Okay, so not an ETC ult, not a mosh pit. These people will not be wailed on. They are asleep just like your Ana. So we lock them down, perhaps, because we do have a cone effect here, which will become readable with time. Okay, what's in the book, Decard? What you got there?
Stay a while and listen.
Just some classic kind of Uther book lore doodles. I was hoping from an image maybe from that book they made for Decard. Nice little monster manual.
Stay a while and listen.
That's cute. Cute that it plays the line. 70 seconds. Boy, you're gonna get messed up during this. Aren't we also punishing people grouping up in an area in front of you? That's actually not that much of a wind-up, even on a second. This laser coming down is a call to action, though, on the enemy team. Obviously, things like Apocalypse will rain down on you, but you'll still get at least some second of lockdown. People able to knock them out of sleep is a bit of a bother. It's going to take everybody sort of knowing which target to attack. And maybe some pings along the way would help with that. Still, makes me think of Naga from Dota. Not the exact same thing, but that is a very powerful move. Getting people asleep, though, you are isolating yourself rather than getting to run off and keep on soloing some distant lane over again. Vornado. So this is a 45-second cooldown. Vector targeting, just like our Alorax and whatnot, create a swirling Vornado that travels in target direction, continually knocking away enemies that come in contact with it. So I'm basically thinking this is a high... Oh, it's big. Basically a graphics version of what the Sky Temple boss does. That lasts quite a while. It's big, too. Boy, we could really occupy some serious area in that. The fact that it moves quite a bit slower than the Chen Barrel, too, means it has a lot more reactability for your team. But it is a circle, so they are going to be a little knocked off its own trajectory as it goes. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. Oh, wait, hey, where'd you go? Let's see if you get stuck against... Oh, no, that's such an awful place to be. You're practically silenced when that sort of thing happens. Your character just gets overwhelmed by its constant repositioning. Things like Cups or Strafe on Val will keep on working. 1,000 Cups on Lily. But, man, it's tough being silenced by being knocked into a wall too many times. There's a lot of knockback, too, particularly on the back end of that. As it comes in. It really throws people off their trajectory, but it has a really wide area effect. No damage, though. No damage at all. So, again, no real reason to field study. It doesn't seem to be much of an aggressive Decard Cain build. Outside of all the cool... He's got a really fast auto attack animation, though. So you will be able to get in there and get out of smack from time to time. Alright, let's just wait. Since you are kind of getting beat up during this. Interesting. I was kind of lost on Ana, too. Weird healers.
Oh, that's just what I needed.
So we got Vornado. Okay. I guess I would do stay a while and listen, since everything is very forward-focused here. Leave that cube into the sea. Oh, hang on. Hang on.
Now that looks interesting.
Now what's the load-up time on this thing? I, of course, am silenced, right? I can't cast things during this? No, but I can cancel it early. So I slow everybody down. I throw out a triangle. And I hit him with the stay. Now they're rooted, maybe? Nah, that'd be silly. That'd be silly. You got a second load up on that thing. Why would you only use a portion of your heroic just to get the last bit done? And now they're still sleeping for a duration after. I guess you're really up to your allies to stack something cool there. Obviously, stay a while and listen is an awesome idea with Kel'Thuzad. Any of those heroes with a large wind-up that'll really be able to take advantage. But even your chain connection does a little bit of damage. So you'll knock one guy out of sleep, he'll reposition, and then you have to aim for the next one. So it might be better to just throw that Scourge right under their feet and watch it explode. Super Healing Potion. If a healing potion isn't picked up for at least 2 seconds, it heals 75% more. Well, that's the one I'm really excited about, right? It's partying. Oh, that's not a long time. So basically, if I'm not using it targeted style, I would like to think that I'm pretty on point to assume that this will upgrade itself. It just seems natural. Potion of Revival. When a healing potion is picked up, it also heals all nearby allied heroes for 30% of the healing amount. 30%. That's not insane if we're the group that is all grouped up and should be punished for it in this current style of the game. Then we help them recover from that. Really what helps to recover from too many melee is things like Tyrael Sanctification or movement speed abilities given to your allies to make sure they can continue to stay connected as a melee. You could be running too many ranges all occupying that same area, but oftentimes people have different ideas. This guy wants to hide in this bush, this guy wants to defend the bottom approach, so they end up being usually stretched out for most objectives unless you're rolling them together like you might be from, Sky Temple top only objective. Ancient Blessing, activate okay, so we take our passive and make it activatable. Empower nearby allied hero basic attacks for 8 seconds, causing them to deal an additional 127 damage in an area and heal for 190 for each hero hit. For 8 seconds. Okay. Let's grab another. How about some... I guess it really wouldn't tell. Sonya's doing a lot of splash damage all the time. But she is aggressive. We can expect that she'll actually stay connected. We're going to grab that up here. She already won. All right. Do I have to be in range? Come. Wait. Sonya. Oh, she really... AI really wants those. Okay. Sonya's here. Boom. She's enhanced. She is spending my enhanced time spinning. And then she wants a potion. I guess she was missing some health.
Thanks, healer.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. If you're enhancing heroes who tend to spend their time in spell damage land, I guess we actually won't get too much done with that. She wants to take a minion as well. Let's grab an auto attacker. Ooh, Zul's an interesting idea. If we enhance him, do we enhance his already cleaving? Oh, here's his basics. Okay, we got a little bit of sparklage. Okay, there's an explosion, almost like a arcane explosion off of him. That lasts a long time. 8 seconds is a long time in a MOBA. Toggle cooldowns isn't working for old Fortitude of the Faithful. I guess because it's attached to a trait. We don't have too many of those in the game. Might be just an odd code. Oop, that does no damage, but... Oh, I'm enhanced as well. Allied. So it's happening for me. I mean, be really good for a push, right? Adding splash damage while you take out towers to the little wall there. That's not a bad idea. There's really no solid through line here, though. So why would you take Decard over another hero, unless you just thought he was more fun and he performed some sort of flavor treatment that you would prefer? Let's head to 16. 16 has my favorite talent that I've seen on it. Sure, why not? All right, let's start with my favorite. Herodric's Staff. Every 5 seconds, Decard's next basic attack stuns heroes for 0.75. It's not a huge one, but I love... Oh, it's glowing. Herodric's Staff. It's a great name for it, too.
Go to your grave.
I just love the idea that I'd be in the back, chilling, taking care of my team, slowing, doing all sorts of enhancements, but Greymane jumps over my tank to me, and I just give him a little smack while I reposition. It's not a long time, but it'd be enough to get out that cube. Little smack into a cube, which was guaranteed to go off. Not that I'm guaranteed to get this triangle afterwards. But I guess if I were to Scroll of Sealing... Actually, that'd probably be the best way to do it, wouldn't it be? And if I'm enhancing these... Yeah. Alright. Project. Okay, so I reduce my own cooldowns. Scroll of Sealing. So, Greymane jumps me. I lay down this, give him a little stun smack, and get away during the root, and throw back for that, helping to reset my cooldown so I can rejoin the actual group fight sooner with a Scroll of Sealing. And Greymane has now been handled. He's been reacquired by my off tank, and I'm able to reposition, get out, and start being aggressive again and contributing sooner. That's an interesting idea. So in that sort of case, maybe the road would take us in such a way that we would end up on something like Field Study for this. Cube Mastery. So he's going to dive my face. Sure, why not? And we're going to hook him up with a little bit of that, a little smacks to guarantee it happens. And then a little cooldown reduction to follow it up to add another Scroll of Sealing to the party. Scroll of Stone Curse. Scroll of Sealing deals 200% more damage when hitting at least 2 heroes. Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay, so that should be a main crit. So if we've got our Field Study, Scroll of Sealing.
Prophecy spoke of this.
Why not? Let's do that Cube Mastery 2. Do a little Stay a While and Listen. I still think Ancient Blessings is at least fun. Makes them different, right? And then we do a little bit of bonus damage. So let's go ahead and feel the bonus damage first. Scroll of Sealing. 2 heroes, we get a crit. 800, that's not horrible. Now we're into Field Study time. We get a reduced cooldown from using our sweet cube. And we have an enhanced 900 and so there over our 800 and so before. So these are enhancing for the crit. It's not a bad amount of damage for a support to pull off with the CC provided. Safety numbers. If at least 3 allied heroes are nearby, oh, yeah, okay, so we're causing problems, but we're fixing problems. Not like objectives, right? We're all going to be together, but, you know, it's tough out there to group up. It's dangerous. Spread out a little bit. Forward to the Faith grants additional 10 armor. Okay, right, so we have 20 armor, but our health pool is still honor-sized. Basic attacks recharge an additional 50% faster. Okay, so let's do it. Let's get our own. Let's get our own The Lost Vikings out here versus the enemy Lost Vikings. We got our cube. There's Stealth Eric chasing me. We got everything base. Oh, this should actually be pretty decent too. My Ancient Blessing. Okay, so we're partying. We need to actually reset this. All right, guys. Field Study, Ruby, Cube Mastery, Stay a While and Listen, Ancient Blessing, and Safety in Numbers. All right, let's feel this. So I got 1. I got 1. How do I know I've got 3? Okay, I see I've got 20 armor. 20 armor and so 50% faster. Wait a sec. Basic abilities. Okay, only basic abilities. So I lead with the scroll, see what we can get. Followed up with a little cube action to reduce my cooldowns further. Got another seal ready to go. Got some enhanced magic damage for myself. I would then want to get in range for another cube ready to go so I can have another Scroll of Sealing ready to go. And here's sort of my little delayed lockdown as I've stepped outside the range of 2 people. Another one ready to go. Cube goes off. Get myself another Scroll of Sealing. Missing that sweet crit damage, but yeah, you can really feel that. That's Safety in Numbers, fortified, Fortitude of the Faithful. Really feeling it now. Okay, well, hot dang, you convinced me. I really like Safety in Numbers. Okay, and I like this too. This Cube Mastery business gives me a lot of focus. Starting to feel it. Let's head to 20. 20.
Exactly.
So Field Study, until we know how much damage. I like that Emerald Biz. Why not? Why not have one of them to enhance? Cube Mastery. This, I guess, would be completely situational on what sort of team I'm fighting. Stay a while and listen for now. Ancient Blessing, because it looks really fun. Safety in Numbers. Respect the Elderly. We're going to have an infinite Lost Vikings war here. Stay a while and listen. Silences and blinds enemies for 2 seconds upon waking up. Silences and blinds. That's pretty hot. And they're sleeping. And they're sleeping. That's the bonus duration. And now they're silenced and blinded. Hot. That is real hot. Vornado's. Vornado's cooldown is reduced by 5 seconds every time enemy hero is knocked back. This effect can occur only once per... Okay, so it's got a little bit of a cap on it. Let's go ahead and quickly grab our Vornado. Vornado. Yeah, so not the complete madness. Boy, that'd be frustrating, though. In a good choke on a good bridge. To have another one of these ready to go soon. But that's a decent enough cooldown. And this protection they put on it at 0.5 is going to be a pretty big deal. And it looks like you'll probably average out, even in this best scenario, still sitting on
There
about
is
20
something
seconds.
disquieting
Bottomless
here.
flask after use, healing potion recharges after 5 seconds. Okay, so let's find out if we get... Those do not really enhance it, but clearly we'll get the enhancement, right? So super healing potion, which increases the size. What happens when those are respawning? So here's healing potion number 1. It got big. Healing potion number 2. It got big. Taking damage. Took the potion. How long? 5 seconds. Not bad. And then it enhances. Cool. Now what happens when I go over my maximum? Seems like the previous one just pops out of existence. No problem there. And I assume it works the exact same way. If I take a little bit of damage, grab it, and then cast it. I wonder what the priorities are. If it's prioritizing the order I cast them in. I guess we can set that up. Just do a little 5 action.
You bring great evil upon
Just seeing if it has any difference. Nope, so it's always the last one you cast. Cool. All my gems for perfect gems. Reduce the cooldown of all gems by 25 seconds and the cooldown of Project Cube by 5 seconds. What? Really? 5 seconds. What? Wait, hang on. I got cooldowns on. Hang on. All right. Oh. Perfect gems? This perfect gems should be called perfect gem, right? I mean, my cooldown on my gem is now shorter than the cooldown on my Haradra Cube. What a waste it would be for me to take all 3 types of gems and try to be a totally cool guy, when I could just pick one gem, learn how to use it really effectively, and use it on autopilot every time I cast my Haradra Cube, in which case, maybe this ruby I really like, it's a cool idea, but why not enhance my sapphire and just always grants level 20, right? So you went this whole time, and now you're gonna have to program your fingers to hit that out every 5 seconds. But this seems like a bit of a trap. You take a bunch of gem talents, and you enhance them, but you're now encouraged to use one gem all the... Not really encouraged to use one gem all the time, but ease of use would say, let's use one gem all the time because it's now on cooldown. I have no idea where this guy will land. I mean, we're in this double tank business. His trait is going to get lots of effectiveness, but you're also going to be rather vulnerable out there. We'll see how much damage he actually does in a real game. We'll have to see what his healing is like in a real game. But there's so many if statements. There's a lot of ways this can go wrong. It's a really, really cute kit. And it shows a lot of lessons and it shows a lot of creativity. And I think they did a really good job putting Decard Cain in the game itself. I just don't know where I'd take him over another healer. And that'll be the big puzzle in the end.